It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here at S3, and our health should always be a top priority. But when the winter arrives, we fall victim to colds and flu. Good thing is we have the remedy to keep your symptoms at bay. We have a GP in the house, Dr. Ilse Domingo, returning to Feel Good Breakfast Show. And now she is here to discuss how to avoid colds and flu this winter. What a coincidence, doctor. I just landed from Joburg last night, and I woke up this morning, and I got a bit of a sniffle.
Oh, good.
So this is actually a consultation. I'm just letting you a free one because we're on TV.
Yeah,
just letting you, I get it for free. But welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Just want to cover, colds and flu and the symptoms, and so in winter.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a dumb question, but I don't believe there's such thing as dumb questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it that in winter colds and flu become more prominent?
Yeah, so it is possible to get cold and flu throughout the year.
Yes.
But we find that it becomes more common in winter, and there's a few reasons for this.
Okay.
So the body's first line defense is basically the nose, and the nose is the first thing that protects us from colds and flu.
Yes.
So what happens is when we inhale viruses and bacteria, there's little mucus, let's call it bubbles, that surround those viruses and bacteria, and then they get carried by these little hair in the nose to the throat, where we swallow them, and they go into the tummy where the acid burns it. So that's the natural defense of the body. But what scientists have actually found is that in winter, with the colder temperatures, that natural defense is a little bit reduced by almost about 40%. So we are more prone to getting colds and flu in winter. And then other reasons are also that people tend to be more indoors. So it's easier to spread from one person to the next. And then also in office spaces, for example, ventilation tends to be a bit less because of the extreme cold. So that makes it easier for the virus to pass on to everybody.
I also feel like we should normalize wearing masks on planes, you know what I mean? Because we're in such close vicinity to everybody. Maybe just a consideration, especially in winter.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Because that's why I got a sniffle this morning, man. Okay, but it's okay. I am human. So when it comes to healthy habits, we should be practicing healthy habits throughout the year. It doesn't matter, even in winter. So what are some of the habits that could help our immune system fight and build up our resistance to colds and flu during this winter season, I suppose?
Yeah. So good habits to follow are definitely to start with a multivitamin all year.
All right.
So there's a lot of emphasis on multivitamins, and not everybody really understands it, but basically, ideally, we should be having 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a day, which I myself don't get to. So if we do take that multivitamin on a daily basis, it helps to support our immune system. So by the time we do get sick, it's less severe.
Okay.
Other important habits is drinking enough water, so 2 to 3 liters of water a day for an average person. And then also definitely making sure that we get enough rest. When we don't get enough rest, our immune system becomes weak, and that then also puts us at risk.
Yes, the rest part I completely agree with. That is definitely essential. Now, when it comes to the onset, so I said I got a sniffle today.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to the boereraad, or they go to, the old remedies. Oh, you know what you must do? You must swallow the lemon with the honey, and you must put this in, and cinnamon, and, everybody's got a remedy. But what's a doctor's top tip to actually mitigate any of those symptoms, especially when you feel something coming on?
Yeah. So once the symptoms start, by then your body's natural defenses have failed a little bit. So now you already have the virus.
Okay.
So what you can do is just support your body throughout the illness. So definitely getting lots more rest.
Yes.
So that's why often when we feel sick and we spend a day in bed, we actually feel so much better because the rest gives your body time to recover.
Okay.
And then making sure to be adequately hydrated. So drinking our water and healthy juices. And then also drinking immune boosters that have the vitamin C and the zinc. So those don't prevent the illness, but they definitely shorten the illness and lessen the severity of the symptoms.
And then using medication, I mean, beyond all the old remedies, sometimes a good old, medication in the medicine cabinet is important. So I'm talking about paracetamol, phenylephrine, vitamin C, using medications like that. I mean, is that obviously, a very, very good sort of way of mitigating some of the symptoms as well?
Yeah, it definitely is. So it is important to have some basic medications because the colds and the flu are viruses, and we basically treat them supportively. So that means we just support the body through the illness. So paracetamol is definitely the safest and the best to use if taken in the correct doses. And then the decongestants are also good. They help with the discomfort behind the eyes. They help with the runny nose and the blocked nose and all of that. In addition to that, vitamin C is also very important. So a lot of the emphasis normally falls on vitamin C, but zinc is equally important because both of them boost the immune system, and both of them help to reduce the length of the illness and also lessen the severity of the symptoms. And then you also mentioned the ginger and the lemon and the honey. So ginger it's also a very good gem because it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So you do get ginger, lemon and honey teas, and that also works very well.
Doctor, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'll be, chugging a little bit of CORENZA a bit later, hopefully, just to make sure I clear all of this up. But it was a fantastic conversation. When it comes to this season, there's always ways to combat colds and flu. When you feel it coming, just use the right medication to get you back to your health this winter season.